In most cases, when a celebrity drops something new for sale, like a t-shirt or merchandise of some other type or exclusive access passes or something like that, it makes people go insane. They go absolutely crazy for it. But when it comes to NFTs, a lot of celebrities have thrown their hat into the ring and failed miserably. So today, I think we need to understand a little bit better why those failures are happening, look at a few successful celebrity launches to understand where they went right, and finally, we need to suck every lesson that we can out of their failure so we can turn our own launches into even more of a success. My name is Trent Kennelly. I'm a Web3 marketing strategist, and this is the best place to learn about Web3, the metaverse, NFTs, and how to market it all. So if that sounds good to you and you're excited, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're into it, comment to let me know what your favorite celebrity NFT fail is. I would love to know about it. There are a lot, so make sure you pick the right one, and let's get started. So let's talk about why so many celebrity NFTs seem to fail. But just to frame this properly before we do, let's talk about what failure even looks like with NFTs. So failure takes two forms with all NFTs. First is failure to launch, meaning that the NFT may have sold a few, but didn't get anywhere near close to selling out. The best example of this is John Cena's NFT attempt with the WWE. So they issued 500 NFTs at $1,000 each. They ran TV ads for each of these NFTs. They came with gear and t-shirts and hats, a poster, all that sort of stuff. They sold 37 NFTs. That's it. The other type of failure is failure to grow. So failure to grow means that maybe your launch went okay, but it doesn't really go anywhere from there. So resales are low or non-existent. A good example here is the War Nymph series that Grimes put out. So she got into the NFT world pretty early and made a killing as one of the first celebrity NFTs. For example, at the beginning, she sold Earth for $7,500 a pop, and it wasn't even a unique NFT. There were 303 copies of it. But now, Earth, that same NFT, is sold for way below its original value at around a $600 floor. Okay, so both of those sides of failure make sense, but either way, why does failure happen so often for celebrity NFTs? Well, there are a few reasons, but let's start with authenticity. Now, I'm not saying that celebrity NFTs aren't authentic in the sense that they aren't real NFTs that are actually for sale. Of course they are. But I am saying that most of the time, these don't appear to buyers to be anything more than just a cash grab. These celebrities look like they're just not really involved in being in the NFT world at all. They just want to improve their own bottom line. They just want to issue something that they think everybody is going to want to buy and then move on. This is not a t-shirt. Celebrity status alone is not enough to make the sale. For example, look at A$AP Rocky. So he issued 6 NFTs, 4 of which were unique, 2 of which had 57 copies each inside them. So A$AP Rocky launched this in April of 2021. As of today, so today is 21st of September 2022, none of the unique NFTs have sold, and only a small percentage of each non-unique NFT has sold. And those non-unique NFTs are currently up for sale, for resale, at a quarter of the original value of the NFT. So the launch failed here, and from that launch, it only got worse for them. But also, he just really didn't have anything to offer when you really look at this thing. At the end of the day, the best that you can say is that he treated this like a merchandise drop, like he was just dropping some t-shirts for sale. But again, this is not a merchandise drop. Look at this from the perspective of every other NFT that has exploded in the same time span. So Bored Apes, for instance, had no real celebrity attachment. In fact, when they launched, nobody even knew who the people who made it were, okay? But regardless of how much they eventually earned, people flocked to them because they were authentically presented as something for the NFT community and in the interest of raising that community up more collectively. And if you look at what they've done since the launch, they've really kept growth high because they have reinforced that initial support for the community. So Bored Apes have gone on to form their own metaverse and ApeCoin, which is their own cryptocurrency. They're continuing to reinvest in the space, and the collection is growing. It's going to continue to grow as a result of that. Another reason most celebrity launches fail is skepticism. So NFT buyers are generally still very skeptical. And the reason for that is pretty clear when you consider that around 80% of the NFTs that are created on OpenSea are fakes or copyright violations. which means that the NFT buyer has to be more savvy when making purchase decisions. This is really another area where celebrity status has almost no impact. Fans have been scammed by celebrities before on more than one occasion, and if you couple that with the general hesitation about this space, it can actually make a celebrity launch harder in the long run. The third problem is that the audience isn't the same. So celebrities make a few false assumptions about their audience when they're deciding to launch an NFT collection. And this is going to sound a bit reductive, but the problem centers around arrogance. So celebrities that fail to launch or grow a collection assume that they've built such a big audience that anything that they produce is going to get snapped up instantly. But the reality is that NFT buyers are often a bit different. So for example, is Justin Bieber, whose target market is younger millennials and Gen Z, going to find an audience that has the money to drop 1 Ethereum on an NFT? Probably not. So they're assuming that everyone that they've already captured as part of their audience is the audience for their NFT drop, but it's actually much more limited to that. You've got to go for the people who can actually afford it in the first place, right? It's a sub-niche of their audience. But even taking all of that into consideration, more than that, they're assuming that they can keep the same distance from that audience as they normally do for every other situation as well. Most celebrities think that they can just move through the crowd, signing autographs, shooting shirts out of a t-shirt cannon, and that's their NFT launch, right? But it isn't like that with NFTs. As I've said over and over again, NFTs are a community, and they're a small community. People in this space want interaction and access. So if you, as a celebrity, aren't taking the time to cultivate that close-knit community, you've already lost. Okay, so that's enough of the negative. How about we talk about some examples where celebrities did a great job promoting their NFTs, and let's talk first about Paris Hilton. So she issued a few different NFTs with 11 copies each, which were first launched in April 2021, and those NFTs have still held their value up to today at around $8,000 to $10,000 being the last sale of each. Now, at first glance, these might not seem that different from A AP Rocky's abject failure of a launch. I mean, you've got a picture of Paris Hilton that's been digitized. You've got a picture of A AP Rocky that's been digitized. You've got these pictures that are related to Paris Hilton's life and a pet, so that's one and the other, that are nice looking, they're beautiful. A AP Rocky has set pieces from one of his tours, so it doesn't really seem all that different, right? But the story of Paris's success here is as much about what she did before the launch as it is about the launch itself. She started buying her own NFTs, talking about NFTs, and just generally showing interest in the space. Effectively, she showed people that this was not just another money grab. She separated herself from the junk NFTs and showed people that she was invested in the community. And she continues to do that by re-engaging in Web3 spaces with her NFTs and those of others that she purchases even till today. And one more example, Snoop Dogg. So Snoop is probably one of the biggest gets in the Web3 space. He's been quoted as saying that he plans to turn Death Row Records into the first metaverse label. He's had partnerships with big metaverses like the Sandbox, and he's sold all sorts of NFTs from his records to avatars of him that you can use to run around the Sandbox, and his launches have made him millions of dollars. So why? Why was he so successful? Well, he's successful because he's invested in the space. He's using his clout to move Web3 forward. It's obvious to his fans that this is not a money grab, and all along the way, he spent time building that community and cultivating excitement for every single drop that he does in those NFT spaces, the music, the avatars, whatever it is. Okay, so knowing all of that, what lessons can we take away for our own launches here? I mean, you're probably not a celebrity if you're watching this video, and if you are, please tell your fans to watch my stuff, that would be great. But this video should have proved one thing to you, if nothing else. That's that celebrity status when it comes to NFT sales might be completely worthless. Sorry to all my celebrity fans out there, I really apologize. So let's take a few lessons from these failures really quickly. First, a rug pull is a rug pull. NFT buyers are savvy and jumpy. Fame does not mask a rug pull. And in fact, fame is likely to put your project under more scrutiny. It's obvious when it's just a cash grab. I mean, look at A AP Rocky's launch again. Do you have any sense that he intends to follow through, or is he just surfing on his own fame? All that is to say, if you're gonna be here, then be here. Don't speak out of both sides of your mouth. Make it incredibly obvious that you're part of this space and excited to be pushing it forward. Because even if you aren't famous, you eliminate doubt when you ingratiate yourself to your audience. I mean, that's all audience building really is at the end of the day, right? Which leads me to the next lesson. Your audience and your community is everything. Do not assume that this audience is the same as any other audience that you might have already targeted. That's just putting a failure to launch sticker on the front of every NFT in your collection. Understand who they are and what they want. And to do that, you're gonna have to talk to them. Even if you're antisocial, you gotta figure it out, okay? Open the lines of communication, get to know people, and you're gonna have a clear idea of how to move people forward in this space and get them excited about your launch. And then finally, follow through matters. Your project won't sustain after launch if you don't keep doing what you said you would. The definition of a rug pull is a project that promises many things in the interest of driving sales, then delivers on none of them. It may be great for a quick buck, but it's a terrible long-term business plan. So do what you say you're gonna do. So there you go. I hope you were able to take some lessons out of these celebrity failures. There is a lot to consider, but I think in this instance, because there's less scrutiny on you as a not famous celebrity, you actually have an advantage over those celebrities that are trying to break into NFTs. So let me know your favorite celebrity NFT fail. There are so many, I'm really not sure how to pick. Otherwise, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're into it, and I'll catch you in the next one.